Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We are back and we are doing a review on the 2.5 pound fractional weight plate for the dumbbells from Micro Gainz. Now if you guys don't know what Micro Gainz is, they basically make incremental weight products, and they make these awesome dumbbell plates that actually have an internal spring that allows them to clamp on to some dumbbells. Now, the reason why I went ahead and bought these is, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I already have a 5 to 75 pound dumbbell set, and I pretty much bought these to just go ahead and add another pair of dumbbells onto my set. I only go up to 75 pounds, so if I add these, which are 2.5 pounds, now I have a pair of 80 pound dumbbells, and it really didn't cost me much. These are retailing for a pair at $75 or two pairs at $145. So again, it's not going to cost that much compared to going ahead and buying a pair of dumbbells. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of clarity. If I bought one pair of dumbbells, it's about $488 for an 85 pound pair of dumbbells. So with this, I'm saving myself money in the long run. I'm gonna go ahead and probably in the future buy the 85 and the 95, and I'm only gonna need to buy 2 pairs of dumbbells, and when I use these, it's gonna give me access to all 5 increments, which is awesome. It's gonna save me a ton of money. So if you guys are in the market for fixed dumbbells, you could just go ahead and buy 10 pound increments. Not only is it gonna save you money, but it's gonna save you a lot of space in the long run. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the specs when it comes to these weight plates. The thickness is only going to be about 0.620 inches, and the diameter is roughly going to be about 5.25 inches. So it's going to be relatively pretty thin for the fact that you're getting a 2.5 pound incremental jump. So you're still going to have plenty of room for your hands, depending on how big of hands you have. This is where small hands are at advantage. You guys have bigger hands, unfortunately, you might have a problem getting your hand in between the dumbbell plates and on the handle. The inside diameter is going to be roughly about 0.804 inches. So it should clamp on, like I said, to most dumbbell handles. Unfortunately, I say most because some dumbbell handles it's just not going to clamp onto. It really depends on the finish of the dumbbell handle and whether or not there is knurling on it. So guys, when it comes down to it, I have 3 different dumbbells down here. I have cast iron hex dumbbell, I have the Rogue rubber coated contoured handle, and then I have my American Barbell Series. Now these plates have no problem when it comes to the American Barbell Series 4 dumbbell handles. The diameter is perfectly fine and there's plenty of knurl for these to grab onto. Now when it comes down to the Rogue handles, due to the fact that it's a contoured handle, it's nothing but a smooth finish at the top. These things just slide right back down. So it's not going to clamp onto something like that. And the same thing is when it comes to something that has very little knurl. So like the cast iron hex dumbbell that I have from like the big box store like Dunham's, it doesn't have much knurl on it whatsoever. So when you go ahead and clamp this onto it, it's just going to slide down. So functionally, these are going to work just fine because your hand is going to keep them in place, and the clamping device is going to make sure that they don't actually fall off the dumbbell because of that internal spring that is inside these dumbbell plates. I did find 2 minor inconveniences. For me, as a former machinist, so when I find a burr, it drives me absolutely nuts. I found one burr. I contacted the owner and they just told me to go ahead and take some light sandpaper, a few swipes, knock that burr right off. Not a big deal. The other issue I have is when I went to go ahead and put these on my dumbbells, I felt a little bit of metal on metal scraping, and you can actually hear it right here. That's actually scraping against the other side of the dumbbell plate. And it does have a black powder coating on here that does, after a while, kind of scrape off. but you do have to go back and forth a couple times in order for it to actually start to scrape off. So I feel like it's a minor inconvenience, but I do want to point that out because, like I said, I'm a former machinist, so paying attention to these little details is just something that I tend to do. Functionally, it's going to be perfectly fine. I don't see a big deal about that. It might affect the appearance here over time, but again, I think it's going to be fine. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button. If I missed anything whatsoever, go ahead and leave me a comment. And if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.